Hello students. So in this class I am going to explain about hydrochloric acid. So it is related with the previous video only. In the previous video I explained about the preparation, physical and chemical properties and uses of chlorine. And here we are going to discuss about hydrochloric acid. First, preparation. Let us see the preparation. How it is prepared. When sodium chloride is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, sodium bisulfate is formed in the first step. Sodium bisulfate, whatever is formed, that is again it is treated with the excess amount of sodium chloride, then it gives sodium sulfate and hydrochloric acid. So in this way, in the first step as well as in the second step also we are getting what? Hydrochloric acid. So this is the preparation. Next, chemical properties. You see, whenever you study the chemical properties, you have to get the practice in this way only. So, what for hydrochloric acid, if you are going to study the chemical properties, you write down in the center. Then, whatever the other reactants which reacts with the hydrochloric acid, and that you separately put it in a separate arrow mark. So, here, so first, the metals like zinc and magnesium, how it reacts with the hydrochloric acid. Zinc reacts with the hydrochloric acid, it forms zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Similarly, magnesium, it gives magnesium chloride and a hydrogen. Whereas, with carbonate and bicarbonate, it releases carbon dioxide gas. That is the difference. You see, which are the gases evolves during the reaction. With metals, hydrogen gas will be liberated. With bicarbonate and carbonate, carbon dioxide is liberated. For example, calcium carbonate, it releases calcium chloride and carbon dioxide. Sodium carbonate, it gives sodium chloride and carbon dioxide. With bicarbonate also, it gives what? Carbon dioxide. Sodium chloride, sodium bicarbonate, when it reacts with hydrochloric acid, it gives sodium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. Sodium sulfate, it releases sulfur dioxide gas. These are one words. So for which reactant, which gas will be liberated with hydrochloric acid, that is important thing. Next one, aqua regia. So the aqua regia, the word already you are well known about this word aqua regia. What is aqua regia? It is also called as what? Royal water. So how it is prepared? It is prepared by the mixing of 3 parts of corn HCl with 1 part of corn nitric acid. It is a mixture of 3 parts of corn HCl. Don't change the ratio. 3 parts of corn HCl with 1 part of corn nitric acid. It is used to dissolve gold as well as platinum, etc. So, in your textbook, the aqua regia reaction will be given in a separate way, but this is more enough. So, when gold it dissolves with 9 moles of hydrochloric acid with 3 moles of nitric acid. So, here the ratio you can see 3:1. 9 parts and 3 parts. It gives Re chloride, water and sodium chloride. And now, uses of hydrochloric acid, it is used in the manufacturing of chlorine, ammonium chloride and glucose from the cornstarch, as well as it is also used to extraction of glue from the bones, and also for purification of bone black. Okay, these are the 2 uses of hydrochloric acid. Next one, hydrogen halides. Hydrogen, when it combined with the halogens like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, it gives hydrogen halides. So here hydrogen, it reacts directly, otherwise direct reaction only. Hydrogen reacts with fluorine, it gives hydrofluoric acid, but it is a violent reaction. Whereas hydrogen reacts with iodine to form hydrogen iodide. Whatever the hydrogen iodide will be formed, that is impure in nature. Hydrogen reacts with bromine to form hydrogen bromide. And next you see displacement reactions. So in the displacement reactions we cannot prepare hydrogen bromide as well as hydrogen iodide cannot be prepared by this method. What is the meaning of displacement reaction? It undergoes double decomposition and one ion will be displaces the another one. For example, sodium chloride, sodium plus and chloride minus, here hydrogen sulfate, H plus and SO4 2 minus. So the hydrogen and Cl react combined with one another to form HCl, whereas Na and SO4 it combined with one another and it forms what? Na2SO4. So displacement reaction, otherwise direct combination reaction, we can prepare which one? Hydrochloric acid. Hydrolysis of PX3, phosphorus trihalide. Okay, phosphorus trihalide. How do you prepare the phosphorus trihalide? Because that is unstable. So first we have to prepare the phosphorus trihalide. Phosphorus, when it reacts with the halogen, any one halogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, from that one any one halogen. Therefore it is generally it is represented by X. So P plus X2, it gives PX3. Balance the equation. That PX3, phosphorus trihalides, when it undergoes hydrolysis means dissolving in water, it gives phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid, H3PO4, here H3PO3 is given, so this is what? Phosphorus acid, and also it gives hydrogen halide will be formed. So next one, from covalent hydrides. From covalent hydrides, you see hydrogen sulfide, when it is treated with any one halogens, it gives hydrogen halide and sulfur. So this is from covalent hydride, formation of covalent hydrides, formation of covalent. Next one, acidic properties. Acidic properties means whenever even the halogens, the hydrogen halides, it dissolves in water, it undergoes dissociation reaction, otherwise ionization reaction. HX, it releases X minus separately, and that hydrogen ion it combined with water to form hydronium ion. H3O plus is nothing but that is what? Hydronium ion. Okay, the solution of HX, now hydronium ion, in that only, so even the X minus is there. So the solution of HX, halogen acid, are acidic in nature. Okay, and therefore these are called as hydrohalic acid. What's the meaning of hydrohalic acid? The solution of the hydrogen halides are acidic in nature, and that are called as what? Hydrohalic acid. How it is prepared? When hydrogen halide dissolves in water, it gives the X minus as well as what? Hydronium ion. Among the hydrohalic acid, what are the hydrohalic acid? We can say, you can give some examples for that one. What are they? Hydrofluoric acid, hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, hydroiodic acid. But among that all, HF is a weak acid. But it has high melting and boiling temperature due to the presence of very strong hydrogen bond. And it is a weak acid, and its dissociation energy is very, very, very high. And it undergoes partial ionization. Hydrofluoric acid, weak acid always you have to remember one point. Strong acid, it undergoes 100% hydrolysis reaction. Weak acid, it undergoes partial dissociation, otherwise partial ionization reaction. So this point you must remember it. And next you see, what are they? So in what way the hydrofluoric acid, it differs from the other halogen acid? Hydrofluoric acid, it differentiates the other from the other halogen acids. So in what way? Let us see that. Hydrofluoric acid, it forms salts like sodium hydrogen fluoride and potassium hydrogen fluoride and NH4 with ammonia. NH4HF2 will be formed, whereas other halogen acid it do not form. Similarly, hydrofluoric acid do not stored in a glass bottle. This question, so it was asked in the 2020 March board examination for 12th standard. It's very, very important 2-mark question. So you have to write the equation, whatever the chemical reactions are given for this explanation. That is more enough. So you must write these two equations. One is what? Silica, SiO2. SiO2 is nothing but that is what? Silica. Silica, when it reacts with hydrofluoric acid, because glass is made up of what? Silica. So in the glass bottles it contains what? Silica. When silica it combined with hydrofluoric acid, it gives SiF4. SiF4 as well as what? Water it gives. And at the same time, glass is also called as what? Sodium silicate. Sodium silicate of glass, it combined with HF to form Na2SiF6 as well as what? Water. So in this way, the chemical reactions which it dissociate the hydrofluoric acid into fluoride and sodium silica fluoride. Therefore, it cannot stored in a glass bottle. Oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction, you see, hydroiodic acid, that is a strong reducing agent. Easily, it undergoes dissociation to form H plus I2 and 2 electrons. And similarly, sulfuric acid, sulfuric acid when it is treated with hydroiodic acid, so it rapidly reduces into what? Iodine. Whereas hydrobromic acid, when it dissolves in sulfuric acid, it releases sulfur dioxide, but this reaction is very slow reaction. So that is the difference between the reaction of sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, with a hydroiodic acid and a hydrobromic acid. So you have to remember this difference. And similarly, sulfuric acid, it can react with hydrogen chloride in the presence of the strong oxidizing agents like manganese dioxide and potassium permanganate, otherwise potassium chloride. Then only it releases which one? Water and hydrogen sulfide gas. Okay. So this is the reducing nature of the hydrochloric acid, otherwise hydrogen iodide or hydrogen bromide or hydrogen chloride. Okay. Now let us compare the property of all the halogen acid. First one is look at this tabular column, it's very clearly given reactivity of hydrogen. It decreases from fluorine to iodine. So because in the 17th group, fluorine is the first element, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. Astatine, that is the radioactive element. Okay. Always you have to compare the halogens from fluorine to iodine only. Decreases from fluorine, the reactivity decreases from fluorine to iodine. So fluorine is the most reactive element among the halogens. And next one, stability. Stability decreases from hydrofluoric acid to hydroiodic acid. So among that one, hydrofluoric acid, that is an unstable one, than which one? HCl, than HBr, than HI. Volatility. Volatility means it undergoes vaporization very easily. So hydrofluoric acid, so it undergoes vaporization lesser than HI. So that that decreases from the HF to HCl. Thermal stability. In the high temperature, hydrofluoric acid, that is more stable than HI. Stability, it decreases slowly from HF to HCl. Boiling temperature, so already we know, just now I discussed you, the hydrofluoric acid is having high melting and boiling temperature. So due to the presence of very strong hydrogen bond I said. So here therefore that is not taken as an example comparison. So other three halogen acids are compared. Among that, hydrochloric acid is lesser than, so it is having less boiling temperature than HBr, than which one? HI. Acid strength, it slowly it increases from HF to HI. So it is very very clear HF is a weak acid. And next one is the interhalogen compounds. What is the meaning of interhalogen compounds? One halogen, if it combined with other halogen to form the compound, that is called as interhalogen compounds. So there are the 4 types of interhalogen compounds are given: AB, AB3, AB5 and AB7. So examples also given: AB, so chlorine with fluorine. Okay, so here how do you read out this one? Suppose NaCl is there, then you would say NaCl, sodium chloride. Similarly here chlorine fluoride. Next, bromine fluoride, iodine fluoride, bromine chloride, iodine chloride. Okay. So next, AB3, chlorotrifluoride and bromotrifluoride, iodotrifluoride, iodotrichloride. AB5, AB7 also it is given like that. So in next video I explain about the structure and number of bond pair of electrons, lone pair of electrons present in each one type of interhalogen compounds. That's all.